I'm Emma Williams, I'm the founder of Matthew's Friends and I'm also Matthew's mum. And today we are welcoming Hannah Sutter to the Keto Kitchen. Now, a little bit of background of us meeting is that a few years ago, we've been asked along the way with Matthew's Friends if we could ever provide, ready-made meals and recipes and things for families, because sometimes we all like a little bit of convenience. And obviously it's not something that Matthew's Friends could do however much we would have liked to. And then I met this wonderful lady who can do it. So we kind of struck up a friendship.
We certainly did.
And voila, it was time to get Hannah into the Keto Kitchen to show you what she has been up to. But first off, tell the audience a little bit about you being involved with ketogenic foods.
Right, brilliant. Well, thank you, Emma. I got involved in ketogenic cooking about 15 years ago when I first read some really interesting articles about why eating high-fat, low-carbohydrate was generally really just good for you. And so rather foolishly, I gave up my career as a lawyer and went into the kitchen to make just low-carb keto food for myself primarily, and then it grew into something much bigger. When I first discovered low carb, I was using other people's products, but they were all full of polyols, artificial sweeteners, some very, very strange ingredients that I couldn't even recognize, even as a lawyer, and look them up. So my passion was to create ketogenic food that was 100% natural and tasted great. So that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years.
And you have obviously succeeded, because I've tasted quite a number of Hannah's meals and they're gorgeous.
Yeah, so I kind of was, when I met Emma and the work you were doing, I was really, really inspired, because up till then I'd only worked primarily with adults.
Yeah.
And to hear about Matthew's story and the work you've been doing with all these children was phenomenal. And the one thing you'd said to me is, what can I do for children? What can I do that would help them adhere to the ketogenic diet? So today I hopefully will give you a little bit about what we've been doing, where we've been for the last couple of years.
Yeah, well, it looks fabulous, and all I can see is some products here that literally can help the families and have a little bit of convenience at home, because however much everybody likes doing cooking and we all want to cook from scratch, etc., etc., the truth of the matter is, like me, working mums and dads full-time, sometimes we want a little bit of convenience. Sometimes we want a takeaway, sometimes we want a ready meal, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And also with a lot of our kids, they go into hospital.
Exactly.
And there's real problems now producing food and making food in hospital or trying to use the hospital menus. These are going to be a lifesaver for some of those families that go in.
Well, certainly it would appear to be so, because in fact we've got prescription approval for some of our foods, which means that clearly the NHS do recognise the importance of these ready-made meals. So the range we've produced is Keto Classic, and they are all 3-to-1.
That's brilliant.
So it means that if your child is on any type of ratio, you can adapt these to suit it. But with the ready-made version is 3-to-1. And we have a bar to start with, a coconut bar, which is made from a mixture of macadamia nuts, coconut, funnily enough, and some inulin, which is a natural fibre taken from chicory to ensure the children get enough fibre, and a little bit of sweetness.
Right.
You've tried that before,
I know, I must admit, I am going to try another bit, because I do like them, in any excuse really.
And I eat them too, so that's the proof of the pudding, isn't it?
Oh yeah, they're lovely.
And I'm not a child with epilepsy, but I do enjoy these. And in fact, the way it's been developed is that if your child is on a 4-to-1 mixture and you need something for breakfast, you can in fact crumble the bar up to make it into like a cereal. So you're still getting all the nutrition, all the right ratio, the high fats, the good proteins, and you can just add a little bit of cream, and there you go. You've actually got a little cereal there, just in case it works better in the morning. But of course, it can also be a school bar. Take it to school, at break time, have something to eat.
And for the adults, like a breakfast bar, snack bar, can go out and about with them.
Absolutely. It's a brilliant product. And you can get 7 of them in a box. That's how it will be prescribed. We've also been busy working on some meals, and we've developed a chicken meal, and we've also got a little bolognese, which is great. So you can use that if you have to send your child into hospital, a ready meal. If the child is going to stay with Granny and Grandpa, and Granny and Grandpa need something ready-made that they don't need to measure.
Yeah.
There you are, a bolognese.
Or actually, if you've had a really, really busy day at work and can't be bothered to cook.
Exactly.
One of those. Marvellous.
And the other thing we're just waiting to hear back on is the bread. And again, you can just add a little bit of butter. So if your child is 4-to-1, add a bit of butter and add a bit of full-fat Philadelphia. And there you go. It will be suddenly 4-to-1 ratio.
Yeah.
No difficulty at all. It makes a perfect breakfast snack. Or also you can turn it into a sandwich for school. So there you are.
That would be great.
So that's what we've been busy doing with the prescription range.
And that's going to be available, well, from now, really.
Pretty much from now.
Excellent.
So go and speak to your dietitian. They can write a prescription out and you can have it delivered to your home or collected from the pharmacy.
That's brilliant. That's going to be so useful for the families.
Yeah, we're very excited about that.
So that's the prescription version.
Yeah.
So we're moving over here. What is this version?
Well, what we then discovered is not everybody's on a classic diet. Some people are on various different forms of the ketogenic diet. So this one is for the modified classical diet. So everything we're going to make in this range, and we have made, will have no more than 4 grams of carbohydrate for a main meal and no more than 2 grams of carbohydrate for a snack. And obviously that's a much broader range because it's non-prescription, but you can buy it through our online shop. And we have a range of 15 different meals. But just to give you some flavour for today, we've got a very nice little lamb curry. It's quite mild, but so children do like it, but it's got a bit of a kick.
And for adults, they can, like we've done there, they can add a load more chilli if they want.
Absolutely. We've got a mild chicken and lemon as an example. Again, this is a mild one. A lot of children have tested this and tried it and they really enjoy it, but it is quite mild. And then we've done a classic beef bourguignon there. And again, that's no more than 4 grams of carbohydrate for a full adult portion.
I've seen that a lot of your meals comes in these pouches, and I've used them because you just sort of pop them in the microwave. Are they all going to be coming in pouches? So they're really
all our
easy to
meals
use?
are really designed for ease of use and storage. So everything has a 12-month shelf life and can be heated up within 2 minutes in your microwave. So it's very, very easy to use and fast to heat up.
Just in case somebody hasn't got a microwave, obviously they can put it in a pan and heat it as well.
And they can put it in the oven. So it doesn't matter how you want to do it, you can heat it up.
Whichever way you prefer to use it.
So we have 15 meals in that range. We have a range of vegetarian meals, fish meals, chicken meals, beef and lamb and pork meals.
Lovely.
So we have dairy-free, wheat-free and gluten-free. So just about everything, something for everybody.
I think we're covering everything. So looking at some of these other tiers, those are the meals which look fabulous. Still sticking with savoury, these curlies.
Yeah, they are great.
They're like the pork crackles, but they're different flavour, yeah?
Yeah, so we do a really light version of what is really pork crackling.
Yeah.
It actually looks and tastes like a quaver. So it's got no hairs on it, you'll be pleased to see. It really is a great product. It looks and tastes like a quaver, and we do it in salt and vinegar, cheese and onion, and smoky bacon flavour. They have virtually nil carbohydrate in them and relatively high protein. So it's a great protein snack.
On the MKD, if you want those and you want to crush them up, and then you can get like a chicken breast or something like that, you can dip the chicken breast in egg and use that as a coating if you want a crispy coating, and then fry it. It's lovely, and you've got those different flavours. I'm also looking at these.
The coconut, the original bar
They are
that I
lovely.
made.
So how many grams of carbohydrate are in those?
1.8 grams of carbohydrate.
That's
so it's
brilliant.
very low carb. Again, a really tasty snack. Lots of fibre, lots of flavour. It's a great, great product.
So that's great. So to be quite honest, even if you're on a more restricted version of the diet, you could use those as well.
Absolutely, you can have those whenever you want. They're a brilliant product.
Marvellous.
We also have a bread now. So this is basically the modified classical bread. So it's a little different to this one. This is a 3-to-1 ratio. This is higher in protein, but still very, very low carbohydrate.
So how many carbs would be in a portion of that?
So in a portion, if you have 2 slices, it will come to no more than 4 grams of carbohydrate. So you could have 2 slices for breakfast with an egg,
Yes.
and you still be with 4 grams.
Yeah.
You could have a sandwich, or you could have one slice and have 2 grams of carbohydrate. So
Yeah.
a slice of toast with something on it.
Yeah.
It toasts really nicely as well.
Oh, lovely. I might have to try that.
Yeah, that is
Have we got
great.
some
So,
butter?
yep, let me pass you the butter.
Because I've tried the 3-to-1, but I haven't tried your modified at the moment. I'm just going to have a little touch.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm being too stingy with the butter, which is something we don't do on ketogenic therapy.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to break that little bit off.
And it toasts really well, makes good sandwiches. So
That's
very
really
good.
nice. That's lovely.
Good.
You can taste a slight difference.
They are different. We have designed them to be different products, and so if you don't actually like the one that's 3-to-1, you probably like that, and then you could just add more fat, and it can become 3-to-1 quite easily.
Yeah.
So we always give advice and instruction. How can you take something that's modified and make it 3-to-1?
Yeah.
How could you take something that's 3-to-1 and make it modified? You can
Yeah.
almost interchange them.
Yeah, you can adapt a lot of them, but
Yeah.
you know, if you need something very specific, then at
Yeah.
least you know where you're starting from.
Exactly.
Now, I'm getting to the favourite part of me being a sweetie junkie like I am. This looks interesting, very interesting for me, and from a personal experience, your chocolate orange pudding is delightful.
Yeah, here it is. We make this under the brand name the Natural-Low-Carb Kitchen. So this is the range that we do for really just low carbers.
Yeah.
You can adapt them to make them modified. You can adapt them to make them 3-to-1. You can eat them just as a low carb, natural low carb product. And so,
I think this is what we have to be careful of sometimes. There is confusion between
absolutely.
ketogenic therapies, which are really, really strict and prescriptive and have to be done under, you know, medical guidance, especially for chronic conditions. But then there are those that eat low carb food for their general health and well-being because they feel better by doing it. So we have to be careful, whereas that's very prescriptive.
Yeah.
That can be used for prescription as well, but
Absolutely.
these can be used by people that just prefer to eat low carb kind of diets for their
Yeah.
health.
So these are really not on prescription.
No.
These are just great low carb products.
Treats.
And they are treats.
The treats.
They are treats. And you know, when you eat this chocolate pudding with some cream on top,
Yeah,
it
'cause
is
that's not
very,
rich
very
enough.
Nice. No, and then we often put some berries too, just to add to the flavour. Yeah, it's a really fabulous
That's
dessert.
lovely.
And you'll still be getting very few carbohydrates in a portion. We also do low carb chocolate nut bars,
Lovely.
which are fantastic. And we have a much broader range with berry bars as well under the Natural Low Carb Kitchen.
So basically, whichever version of the diet you're on, whether you're on a ketogenic diet, or you're on a modified diet, or you're just a low carb general eater, there's something for everyone really.
Yeah, there is. And obviously we're always developing new ideas thanks to you and your team. So please come and tell us if you want us to make anything. Everything we make, we always, if you use a discount, we will make a donation to Matthew's Friends, because without Matthew's Friends, I would never have got into making such a broad range. So thank you very much.
Well, at the end of the day, it's all about the families, and hopefully a lot of you will find this useful and will help in your ketogenic journey and maybe make life a little bit easier, which is what we all want at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So thank you very much for coming in and showing
Thank
us
you.
all these, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks for joining us.